Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Naning. I'm from Universitas Sulawesi Barat, majoring in English Education Study Program 2021. In this video, I will show you the final project for Introduction to Literature course. Here, I will present a novel written by the American novelist William Faulkner, 1930, American literature, and it A Rose for Emily. Biography. Full name William Faulkner, place of birth New Albany, Mississippi, date of death Saturday, September 25 and 1897. City America, United States of wife still Oldham. William Faulkner was an American historical novelist. His work were known for the extraordinary power of imagination and psychological depth, making him one of America's greatest novelists. He also received the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1949. Faulkner really entered school consistently until he was in 10th grade. During the period 1926 to 1930. Faulkner published his novel in 6th century, which was selling well in the market. Since then, Faulkner's work have become widely known. Faulkner was married to Esther Oldham, his children's sweetheart, and they lived together until Faulkner's death on July 6, 1962, at a hospital in Billings, Mississippi. He died of the age of 64 years. History of life. William Faulkner. Faulkner was an American novelist and short story writer of the 20th century. He is remembered as pioneering to use a full consistency, the technique and the range and depth of its characterization. In 1949, he won the Nobel Prize in Literature. William Faulkner studied at the University of Michigan for 3 semesters, and then he moved to New Orleans, where he wrote his first novel, Solaris, Play 1925, Sortoris 1927, Thousand and the Fury 1929. The following years he wrote A Sailing Train. The other literary works of Wrighton. 1. The William Plums, 1939. 2. The Hamlet, 1940. Number 3. Full Town Moses, 1942. Number 4. Introduced in the Jews, 1904. Analysis character. A Rose for Emily. The main character of the story is Miss Emily Garson. It can be seen from when Miss Emily Garson died of rose to went to her funeral. They went through a sort of resentful affection for a fallen monument. The woman mostly out of curiosity to see the inside of the house, which no one self of one centuries of combined garden and cook had seen in the last 10 years. The first, Emily Garson, the main character of the story. Her father kept her from seeing shelters and corrected his social life, keeping her in isolation until his death. When she is 30 years old, his choice with the loss on the acumen is the import for the plot, leaving her to kill Homer Baron. The man assumed to have married her. She patiently kills Homer as she sees this as the only way to keep Homer with her permanently. She treats him as a living husband even after his death, which is so by her keeping his clothes is in the room, keeping his aggravated wedding items on the dress, and the strength of her funds beside his corpse at the end of the story, what in case the even slept beside him. And then Emily's father. In the story, Emily's father described as a processive father. He is always controlled his daughter's life. It can be seen from we had long talk of the tableau. Miss Emily, a slender figure and well in the background. Her father's a splendid silhouette in the foreground. His back to her and closing as her soapy. The two of them framed by the back-flung front door. And then Homer Baron, a man who has good sense of humor and captured the administration because he was charismatic and low-natured. It can be several a hermit named Homer Baron, a young, big, dark, ruddy man with a big voice and is lighter than his face. The little boys would follow in groups to hear him cause the Rangers, and the Rangers singing in the time the rise and fall epics. Pretty soon he knew everybody in town. Whenever you heard a lot of language anywhere about the square, Homer Baron would be in the center of the crowd. And then the cousin, Emily's extended relative from Alabama, they come to town during Emily's courting of Homer Baron to check on Emily's well-being. They are told of as even more upbeat and stuffy than Emily by the townspeople. They are told in to prevent Emily and Homer from marrying. However, they are later sent back home so that to can be wed. It is special to there may be some type of dispute between Emily of the causes indicated by the living far away from Emily and the fact that she did not attend Emily's father's funeral. And then Colonel Sartorius, the former mayor who remained Emily's tax while he is in the story for a little. His decision to remit Emily's tax led to her refusal to pay them even again, contributing to her stubborn personality. The reason for Sartorius remitting her tax is now never given. Only that he told Emily it was because her father's learned too many to cut on. Anton Tobe, Emily cook for our garden, who also is at her family retainer. Tobe was loyal to Emily during her life and showed respect for her privacy. During the years of her isolation, he provided no details of her life to townspeople. He promptly dispersed discreetly following her death. He became old and stopped from his work while Emily analysis story A Rose for Emily. A Rose for Emily is a short story by William Vernon which tells about the life of Mr. Curate Emily. The story is narrated from a third-person point of view. It appears that the narrator is the one outside looking in and giving his version of life and the event that led of Emily's death. The combination of past, Emily, and future, city or community is widely seen throughout the world. The story begins with the funeral of Miss Emily. It is said that the man struck a keen of reverent affection for the fallen monument. The woman mostly out of curiosity to see the interview of Live House, which no one but an old man servant. Garden hand cook combines his seen at least in the 10 years. As we can see, Miss Emily is like mystery to the townspeople. Miss Emily is stubborn and sheltered woman who raises or perhaps cannot accept the words around her the changing he lives is the she lives in the father's house in isolation with the Negro servant. Tobias Emily influenced by them. Miss Emily was raised by her father uh, and was struck that the stewards of the singer Livingston the coast people. The auditions, once a persecuted family now, are become a team the past of no longer have distant resonance. She is constantly reminded that no man is good enough for her, which then leads to a life without the love of any other man besides her father. When his father died, he refused to accept his death and repeatedly claimed that his father was still alive. When she left, the had become a tradition the judge as concern. She is the dished as figure of the immortality is on America. Mentions of the story A Rose for Emily. The time of A Rose for Emily by William Farnell is the people should let go of the past, moving it with the present so that they can prepare to welcome their future. Emily was the proof of the person who always lived there. On the shadow of the past, she clung into it, was afraid it changed. Okay, thank you for watching and Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.